let's go ahead and begin. I have my book right here for you guys to use as like a visual aid if you need to see some of the photos. Yeah, that might be helpful for you. I'm sorry if you can hear my brother in the background too. They must be getting excited about some sports related thing. And then you are going to need, if possible, a Sharpie marker. All shout outs, all credit goes to, Sharpie. Incorporated place, I don't know. And then also, if you have them, either watercolors or I have tempera paints, right? These are also known as connector paints. And we are using cake tempera. You might also have a toothbrush. This is actually my paint toothbrush. And so if you have an old toothbrush that maybe you're considering throwing away, or you really just don't need anymore, then, or maybe you have a paint one, then you can pull that out, and we are going to be actually using that. White acrylic paint would be amazing for this project. It is not required, but it would be awesome if you could have that. And then some paint brushes. These are one of the most important things for this project. Alrighty, so there's actually not many features that we need to draw for Bear. So actually, we get to do something fun. We are going to draw a little curve line right up here. Not too heavy, just a nice curve. And then that curve's gotta go out to make this big thing right there. So, we made our little curve, and then we made it come out into a big U. Now you'll notice that the bottom of my U is a little bit straight. That's okay if yours is like that. That's how I wanted mine to be actually. So the next thing I want you to do is within that big, I don't know, it's almost like a circle except with one little side kind of chopped off. And I want you to make a straight line, but I want you to curve the edges just a little bit going down. Can you do that for me? And then I want you to bring that down just a little bit and then bring it that way. Can you do that? So it comes down with a little curve and then it goes with a slanted line in. Do that same thing on the other side. Curve and then down. And then we're actually gonna go down a little bit more. Go down just a little bit and then make it flat like this and then bring it back up. And that is your bear's nose. If you want, you can add just a few mini whiskers in there, just pointy lines. And I might add a few little circles somewhere in there, just for detail's sake, but that's certainly unnecessary if you don't want to. And the other thing we can do is on one side, you have the option to either draw a full bear eye, clear that in, and then one on the side like he's about to go to sleep, like a slanted line, or you can draw him awake. For my bear, I'm gonna draw him as a sleepy bear. So I'm gonna have just a slightly curved line like that, so it almost looks like he's winking. And then 2 eyebrows. One eyebrow goes in just a little bit like this. So it goes out slanted, and then I wanna curve it in. Do that with the same side. Make it come in like this, out, and then curve a little bit like this. So now he looks dreadfully tired. And basically that is all you need to do. And I'm going to be mainly using those 2 colors right in there. So that's kind of like dark brown in there, maybe you might say. And then kind of be yellowish in there. And those are the 2 colors that I will mainly be using. And then of course your brush. For the beginning, I would suggest maybe just like a medium-sized brush. If you have one, that would be awesome. And then go ahead and mix up your colors. For this one, I'm actually gonna be really needing the majority of my paint to be mixed, but of course you get to choose. You can have a purple bear if you like. Basically whatever color of bear works best for you. We've also done a woodland bear before, and so if you're interested in trying that out, I'll leave the link down below. This is kind of my really like golden brown. I love that color so much. So I'm actually gonna start from right here. And you'll notice that just from the cover, Bear's face is basically just a lot of sweeping lines coming out. It's not all different textures and stuff. It's basically just lines coming out. So we're gonna start from his nose, and we're basically gonna follow wherever the fur goes. So like in this photo right here, the fur is going down a little bit. And then in this part, it's going up. So you kind of just wanna think about that a little bit. And it's okay if you guys hear some background noise in the back. Part of life, guys, am I right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this, and I'm gonna make this part go down. So I'm just gonna take my paintbrush, and it's gonna go straight down like this. Did you see that, what I just did? Yeah, basically that's the entire step for now. Just make little lines, and just start in the center, put some pressure on your brush, and then pull it out like this. Drag it out. The more different types of drags you do, the better. Now, you don't want him looking too hairy in a sense, or else he'll start looking like a line. And while we do want our bear to look very, I don't know, bear-like, we definitely don't want him to look like a shaggy lion/dog thing. Okay, so at this point, I thought you guys were probably capable of making your lines down, and so I'm gonna start fast forwarding. If you need any help, I will come right back to give you a hand. Okay, so now we are going to go into a new part. For this section, you're gonna start changing the way the fur goes, but I don't want you to start right there and go straight up, okay? I want you to start by just slowly adjusting where it is. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Now the fur is gonna start pointing up for him. What? But for over here, I want it to go straight up like this, okay? It is currently editing Addie right here. I just wanted to say you guys are probably gonna need a little bit more time to complete these steps. I think that my fast forward is pretty quick. So remember to always just pause the video if you need more time. Alrighty, so actually now we get to move on, believe it or not. What I want you to do is with that same brush, mix up your same color, or if it's already mixed, that's awesome. And I want you to kind of dull the top a little bit. Add so many that the top doesn't have much like fur actually, you know? It's very, you can see like little points of fur. It's just kind of dull a little bit. It's not much like poking out. There you go, like that. Awesome, awesome. Good job. And now I want you to make a line that comes up, 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 nice and big. And then curves down. And then, wait, another one that comes up. And then it curves around like this. Like a big upside down U, or like a rainbow, whichever one you prefer. And then do that same thing on the other side. Make one line that comes up, 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 up. And then you can do the same thing again, or you can just go around like this. If they're different sizes, you can just make one bigger. Typically, one would be bigger and one would be smaller. So you can just decide what to do from there. But now I'm actually not gonna color in the whole thing. You know what? Let's color in the whole thing. So now my whole thing is basically colored in. I'm just really lightly coloring this in actually, because it really doesn't matter what it looks like inside there. Because it's not gonna stay like that, okay? What we're gonna do now is we're gonna get some darker brown, kind of like a blackish brown color. Not bright at all, pretty dull. And we are going to make a little smaller U inside our bigger U. And this is gonna be the inside of his ears. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. What? There we go. And you just made your bear head. And so from here, you are welcome to continue making your bear's body, but that is definitely not necessary. And the next thing I want us to do is actually take our brush, and we are actually just gonna do a wet on wet technique, where I know you guys can't really see that very well, but I am just getting my whole page wet. And now I'm actually gonna take just a tiny bit of blue, not even much blue, but just a tiny bit like this. And I'm just gonna make it sweep down at an angle. See, like this. I want you to take your brush and just make it come straight up. You guys are barely even gonna be able to see this. And this is the part where if you have white, that would be awesome. Go ahead and mix up some white on your palette, or just dump it like I did. And then a tiny drop of blue, and go ahead and just mix that in. Not even that much. I don't want your whole snow to start looking blue, but just get some nice blue on there. That way it's a little bit more evident and you can see it a little bit clearer. And I'm gonna get the whole thing just covered in this slanted white piece. Now really try hard not to get the white on your bear, so if you need to stop like me, just a little bit, not too close to your bear, then that's totally fine. Like that's what I'm doing, because I don't really trust myself to not accidentally get this bear all yucky with snow. But that's okay if that's the way you like him to look. And if that's really exciting to you, then I vote you go for it. My goal is never to make you guys feel like you can't make your own choices in art and stuff. Actually, my goal is, frankly, the opposite, to help you guys grow in your art skills and feel more confident in the fact that you can. So look at what we just created. I love it. He's so cute. This is the part where your toothbrush comes in handy. Go ahead and get your water and dip your toothbrush inside that so that it's actually nice and drippy. You want it to drip. And then you want to dip yours in the white that you have right here. Get it nice and saturated in that white. Make sure that it's nice and good. And you really need a safe workspace for this, okay? So please don't do this on Mom's nice sofa, because it is gonna go everywhere if you do. And I want you to take your finger, but please also make sure that your mom and dad are okay with this, because some parents really aren't. And look, I just spilled, and that's okay. Sometimes if you tap on the top of it like this, if it's really full, stuff will come out. And if so, you can just go with that. That's really awesome. But I want you to take your finger and I want you to swipe it all the way across it. And one of your hands is gonna get a little bit wet, so be careful of that. And you can swipe it all over Bear's face if you like. Now, my only warning for you is this can get a little bit dangerous, because you can crowd Bear's entire face with this, and that's not what we want, because we just painted Bear beautifully. So please be careful when you do this and have patience when you do this.